Imagine starting 2026 with absolutely nothing. $0, no safety net, no backup, you're broke, your bills are piling up, and every mistake from the past is staring you in the face. Most people would panic. Most people would quit. But here's the secret the richest people know. Starting with nothing isn't a curse. It's the ultimate advantage. I'm David Tepper, and I've been in the trenches. I started years ago with nothing, and I clawed my way up to billions. Today, I'm going to tell you, step by step, exactly how I would start over in 2026 and turn zero into a foundation for wealth. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do, month by month, dollar by dollar. Stay with me. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Starting with nothing isn't your problem. Your real problem is not having a plan. Most people drift through life copying what broke people do and wonder why they're still broke. I've lived through that. I've seen the worst case scenario. Debt crushing you, bills piling up, and opportunities slipping by, and I've turned it around. If I were starting 2026 with $0, I wouldn't be scared. I'd be excited, because being broke gives you three massive advantages that rich people no longer have. Advantage, vital and freedom to take risks. When you have nothing to protect, you can move faster than anyone else. Rich people are trapped by lifestyle. They can't risk losing a fancy car, a house, or a private school tuition. But when you start with nothing, you're untethered. You can take chances, pivot, experiment, and move at lightning speed. And speed in life is an invisible form of leverage. Here's the part most people get wrong. They think being broke is a weakness. It's not. It's a superpower if you use it right. And in the next 60 seconds, I'll show you how to turn it into cash fast. Advantage 2 and 3. Advantage way 2A. Mistakes are cheap. When you try something and fail, the cost is small, a few hundred or $1,000. That's tuition. Rich people, including me, lose millions when we make mistakes. But you're in the perfect position to experiment, try multiple approaches, fail fast, and double down on what works. That's how wealth is born. Advantage event 3, compound interest hasn't worked against you yet. Most people don't realize that poverty compounds. Bad financial decisions stack up over the years, and suddenly at 45, you're 25 years behind. But starting right now, you can reverse that trend. Every smart decision this year, even small, starts a compounding effect that can grow exponentially. Most people will watch this video, nod along, and do nothing. If you're serious, stay with me because I'm about to give you the exact month-by-month blueprint I used to climb from zero to billions. No fluff, no hope, just action. Step 1, stop the bleeding. Step 1 is stop the bleeding. If you're broke, it's because money is leaving faster than it comes in. You need to cut everything that isn't essential right now, not next week, not when you feel like it. Here's how I would do it on January 1st. Sell that car if you have a car payment. Buy a reliable used car in cash, save hundreds per month. Cut subscriptions, Netflix, Spotify, gyms you don't use, gone. You can read books for free. Exercise at home, stop eating out. Cook every meal. A simple budget of rice, beans, vegetables, and chicken costs maybe $50 a day. Compare that to Flixen V20 per lunch or dinner. The savings add up fast. Every dollar you don't spend this month is a dollar that starts working for you next month. Most people won't do this. They say, I deserve to enjoy life while I'm broke. Here's the harsh truth. The only thing you deserve when you're broke is to stop being broke. If you think cutting your lifestyle is painful, imagine being 50, 60, or 70 years old and still broke because you never learned this lesson. 1 year of discipline now can save decades of suffering. Step 2. Earn like your life depends on it. February, March. Step 2, increase your income aggressively. Forget investing. Forget hoping for the stock market to save you. Right now, your mission is to earn more money than ever before. Here's what I do. Sell your time at the highest rate. Freelance your skills. Copywriting, coding, design, sales, whatever pays most. Don't settle for one job. Take 3 if you can. Full time during the day. Freelance at night, a weekend gig. Work 60, 70-hour weeks for 2 months straight. I know it's hard, but hard now beats being broke for the rest of your life. Goal, save $5,000 by April 1st. Follow our dollars and might sound small, but starting from zero, it's massive. It gives you leverage. Proof that you can delay gratification. Proof that you can execute a plan. And psychologically, that money shifts your brain from thinking like someone desperate to thinking like an investor. By the way, 90% of people quit in the first 90 days. If you push through and hit that $5,000 an earned mark, you're already in the top 10% of people trying to change their financial life. And the next step, That's where things get interesting. Step 3, preview emergency wall, April, June. Step 3 comes next, build your emergency wall. Once you have $5 of hazard, resist the temptation to invest it in stocks or crypto. Life happens, car breaks down, medical bills, lost hours. If your first $5 gets wiped out, all progress is gone. Instead, focus on saving another $10 and from April through June. Keep living lean, keep working multiple income streams. By June, you'll have $15,000 in cash. That's not exciting, it's not sexy, but it's the foundation every wealthy person has. And here's the kicker, by having that money, you start making decisions from opportunity, not fear. Stay with me. Once we hit a 15 zones, and the next step isn't just saving money, it's turning your income into a machine that makes money for you even while you sleep. That's where wealth truly starts. Here's the brutal truth nobody tells you. If you try to build wealth without an emergency fund, life will crush you. One unexpected bill, one car repair, one medical emergency, and everything you worked for disappears overnight. I'm David Tepper, and I've seen it happen. But I've also seen the exact opposite. People starting with nothing, building an unshakable financial foundation and turning it into real wealth. If you follow what I'm about to tell you, your 2026 will look nothing like your 2025. Let's dive in. Step 3, build the emergency wall by April. If you followed steps 1 and 2, you already have $5 out and saved. That's a big deal, but here's where most people make a fatal mistake. They invest it too soon. Imagine this. You put your $5,000 in stocks or crypto. A car breaks down, your rent goes up. A medical bill hits. Suddenly, you're forced to sell at the worst possible moment. Boom, back to zero. This is why building your emergency wall is non-negotiable. From April through June, the goal is simple: save an additional $10,000 and bring in your total cash to $15,000. Every dollar you don't spend is a shield against disaster. Here's the approach I'd take: continue multiple income streams. Keep that day job, freelance work, weekend side gigs. Don't slow down, keep living lean. Cut all non-essentials. Remember, this is temporary, but it's essential. Automate your savings, every paycheck, every freelance check. Send a fixed percentage straight into a high-yield savings account. Don't touch it. By June, you're no longer living hand to mouth. You now have freedom and security. Decisions aren't made from panic, they're made from strategy. You can say no to bad deals, bad bosses, and bad habits because money isn't dictating your choices. Here's the secret that separates millionaires from the rest. They don't just make money, they protect it. A $15,000 in cash may sound boring, but it's more powerful than a fancy car or a luxury vacation. And next, we turn that cash into your first real investment yourself. Step 4, invest in yourself. July, August. Now we get to the exciting part, investing in yourself. This is where the magic happens. You've got $15,000 in cash. $10,000 stays untouched as your emergency fund. The other $5,000, that's your first real investment capital. And here's the key: the highest return you can get is from increasing your earning power. Forget trying to time the stock market or chasing cryptocurrency. Right now, your job is to make yourself irreplaceable. Here's what I do with that $5,000 skills that increase income. If you're earning $20,000 an hour, spend $2,000 on a certification, course training that pushes you to $35 or $40 an hour, coding boot camps, real estate licenses, project management certificates, whatever the math makes sense for. A $200,000 investment could give you $1 hour extra and almost 750% annual ROI. Tools that let you earn independently. If you're a freelancer, invest in a high-quality laptop design software or other tools that make you more efficient. If you're hands-on, buy tools that allow you to take higher-paying jobs. Owning the means of production for your income is critical. Networking and positioning. Spend $100,000 on conferences, industry groups, lunches with influential people. Every big opportunity I have ever had came from knowing the right person at the right time. That $100,000 is an investment in relationships, not just cash. Opportunity fund, keep $1,000 for unexpected deals or opportunities. Distressed goods you can flip, emergency equipment, or small investments that could return multiples. Always be ready to strike. By August, your earning power should be significantly higher than it was in January. You're not just surviving, you're positioned to scale income rapidly. Here's the part that shocks most people. Investing in yourself yields returns no stock or crypto can match. The moment your skills increase, every hour you work is worth more. That's how millionaires multiply their income without taking unnecessary risks. A real example or psychological shift. Let me give you an example from my own life. When I first started out, I had nothing. I learned to trade in small markets, studied relentlessly, and invested in myself by building skills others ignored. Those skills turned into opportunities that compounded over decades. Here's what happens psychologically when you do this. You stop feeling desperate. 15,000 in cash plus a skill upgrade changes your mindset. You no longer chase quick wins or get trapped by fear. You start thinking strategically. Instead of asking, how do I survive this month? You ask, how do I leverage my skills and cash to grow wealth over 12 months, 24 months, and 10 years? You begin to see patterns. Income isn't random. Wealth isn't luck. It's consistent, disciplined action applied over time. This is why step 4 is more than just dollars. It's a mindset upgrade. People who skip this step, even if they save a 15,000, often stall. The skill gap is the invisible wall that keeps most people from moving up. Here's the truth most financial gurus won't tell you. No stock, no crypto, no trend can replace your own earning ability. Master this, and the rest becomes easy. Next, we take what you've built and start generating money while you sleep. And step 4, continued actionable tactics. Let's break it down. If I were starting 2026 today, here's my 60-day action plan for July, August, week 1. Identify your highest ROI skill. What can you learn or improve that immediately increases your income? Map it out. Cost day 500, 1,000. Week 3, 4, buy the tools that let you execute better and fast. Laptop software, hand tools, whatever increases efficiency. Cost 11,000. Week 5 to 6, 8. Network like crazy. Reach out to mentors, attend virtual events, join industry groups. Spend time in 500 to 1,000 strategically. Week 7 to 8. Keep 1,000 ready to act on opportunities that arise. Flipping items, emergency freelance jobs, or small business deals. By the end of August, you're not just earning more. You own your ability to earn more. And that's power no one can take from you. Most people think wealth comes from luck. It doesn't. It comes from disciplined action applied to the one asset you control, yourself. And starting September, we turn that discipline into passive income that works while you sleep. That's where things get exciting. By September, most people are still scrambling, working hard but never getting ahead. But if you followed the plan so far, you're in a completely different position. You've saved your 15,000, invested in yourself, and increased your earning power. Now it's time for the game changer, building a second income stream that makes money while you sleep. I'm David Tepper, and this is where wealth truly starts multiplying. Step 5, introduction, passive income. Step 5 is all about creating real passive income. And let me be clear, not the fake internet guru passive income that disappears when trends change. I'm talking about reliable, tangible income streams that put cash in your pocket consistently. By September, you have 10,000 in your emergency fund and $5,000 invested in skills and tools. You're now positioned to take another $3 not or $5 of savings and start generating passive income. This is the point where your money starts working for you instead of you working for it. Here's what I do. Option 1, teen dividend, paying stocks. I choose boring, reliable companies. Think soap, toothpaste, insurance, companies that have paid dividends for decades. $3 and at a 4% dividend yield generates $120 per year. Sounds small. That 120 is free money that compounds. Month by month, as you add more, it grows exponentially. The key is consistency. Every month, reinvest dividends, add more capital, and let compounding do its work. Option 2 is in rental property. If you've saved aggressively, by September, you might have 20,000 total. With FJA loans, you can put 3.5% down on a small duplex, 11 one-unit, rent out the other. The rent covers most of your mortgage, and you're building equity. 10 years later, you could own a 200,000 asset, living nearly rent-free while creating long-term wealth. Here's the part most people miss. You can't rely on a single income stream. Even a high-paying job isn't safe. True wealth comes when you earn money even while you sleep. That's the multiplier effect. And September, October is when you set that in motion. Step 5, continued practical implementation. Let's make this actionable. Identify a passive vehicle, dividend stocks, rental property, or a small business that can run with minimal effort. Pick one that fits your risk tolerance and capital. Allocate your capital. Start with $3,000 or $5,000, keeping your emergency fund untouched. This is your growth engine. Reinvest everything. Don't touch the money yet. Even 10 a month in dividends reinvested grows. The math works. Look for compounding opportunities. This is the moment to start thinking long term. Every month, add a little extra from your increased income. By December, you'll already see results, and by next year, your secondary income stream will keep growing without extra work. Most people overlook this. They spend everything they earn or chase short-term trends. But this step separates the wealthy from the struggling. Imagine this, it's October, and while your friends are working overtime just to cover bills, your money is already making money for you. That's freedom. And it starts with one small step this month. Step 6 discipline during the holidays. Step 6 is where most people self-sabotage November and December. Think about it. You've worked 10 months, lived lean, saved thousands, increased your skills, started passive income. And then the holidays hit. The temptation to overspend on gifts, parties, travel, and new gadgets. Here's what I do if I were starting 2026 broke: commit to spending nothing extra. Your goal is to protect your progress, not celebrate it prematurely. Gifts, handmade, thoughtful, or free. Your time is more valuable than anything you buy. Track every expense. Treat November like January. The discipline now protects 12 months of hard work. Here's why this is crucial. Wealth isn't built in bursts. It's built by not losing what you've earned. November and December destroy more financial progress than any other months. People confuse earning with having money. Think about this. A $200,000 holiday splurge could erase months of discipline. Protecting your progress is just as important as earning it. And if you do this, you'll enter December already in a position most people never reach. The Step 6 continued mental edge. This step isn't just financial, it's psychological. You're proving to yourself that discipline beats desire, that you can delay gratification, that you can focus on long-term gain over short-term pleasure. Here's how to stay strong. Visualize your future self. Imagine December 31st, looking back at a full year where you executed perfectly. Review your progress. How much did you earn? How much did you save? Compare it to January's plan. Make a mini plan for December. Allocate money, track progress, and ensure you end the year strong. By maintaining this discipline, you protect your emergency fund, your skill investments, and your passive income. You cross the finish line without tripping at the last moment. That's the mental edge most people never develop. Here's the truth. Anyone can earn $50 in a year, but very few can keep it, grow it, and use it to build wealth. November is where the weak break and the strong cement their foundation. Are you going to be strong? Here's the truth nobody tells you. Your first year isn't about making millions. It's about building a foundation so solid that wealth becomes inevitable. I'm David Tepper, and if you follow me this December, you'll not just end the year broke or stuck, you'll have created a platform that could change your life forever. And today, I'll show you how to plan year 2. So everything you've worked for multiplies exponentially. Step 7, plan year 2, introduction. December is different. By now, if you follow the plan, you have $10 in an emergency fund. You've invested $5,000 in yourself, skills, tools, and networking. You've started a secondary income stream. Making money while you sleep. You've stayed disciplined through the holidays. You've transformed your mindset from desperate to strategic. You're no longer chasing life, you're controlling it. Step 7 is about leveraging everything you built this year to plan your next year, where growth accelerates. Year 1 was defense, protect cash, increase skills, survive, and lay the foundation. Year 2 is offense, invest aggressively, take calculated risks, and multiply income streams. Here's the part most people get wrong. They stop at year 1. They celebrate being stable and never push forward. But if you execute step 7 properly, 2027 will feel like a completely new life. A year 2. Income goals and risk strategy. Start by writing down your income goal for next year. Not just a vague idea, write a concrete number. A $100,000, a $150,000, whatever makes sense based on your skills and previous year's performance. Then identify where the gaps are. Are you still limited by one income stream? Could you scale your freelance work or side business? Do you have opportunities to increase passive income faster? Next, plan risk strategically. You're no longer starting from zero, so you can afford to invest in higher yield dividend stocks, start a small rental property, or buy another duplex, scale your freelance business with tools, software, or hiring help. Here's the principle: lead defense in year 1, offense in year 2. You protected your foundation. Now you attack opportunities that multiply wealth while others remain stagnant. Most people are scared to invest aggressively because they think risk equals loss. Risk only equals loss if you don't have a foundation you do. That's your secret weapon. Year 2, skill and network expansion. Now that you're financially secure, double down on yourself. Take advanced courses that raise your value even higher, attend industry conferences, and meet the people who control opportunities, build relationships strategically, not socially. The right connections can open doors you can't even see yet. Think of this as compounding your skills. Last year, you invested $5 in yourself. This year, reinvest in exponential growth, not incremental tweaks. Every new skill multiplies your earning potential. Every connection multiplies your opportunities. Remember, wealth is rarely about luck. It's about being in the right place with the right skills at the right time. That's why year 2 is where your first serious breakthroughs happen. Year 2, passive income acceleration. Next, scale your passive income streams. Last year, you started small, 120 in dividends, a rental property, or small side investments. Now it's time to accelerate. Reinvest all passive income and new savings into dividend stocks or another rental property. Aim for 500 to 1 as earned $900,000 per month in secondary income by the end of year 2. Diversify your streams. Rental income, dividends, small side business, and royalties if possible. The goal is to separate your life from your paycheck. Imagine waking up every morning and having money flow in regardless of whether you work or not. That's financial freedom, and it starts with disciplined execution in year 1 and strategic growth in year 2. By December 2027, you won't recognize your financial life. You'll have multiple income streams, skills that make you irreplaceable, and a cash buffer that lets you take risks others can't even imagine. That's what separates millionaires from everyone else. Year 2, planning and mindset. Finally, take a few hours in December to plan your next 12 months. Ask yourself, how much income do I want to generate? How much do I want to save and invest? What skill will I master next? What new opportunity can I exploit? Write it down. Make it tangible. A plan without numbers is just wishful thinking. Commit to the plan like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Your financial independence depends on it. Here's a mental trick. Visualize your life on December 31st next year. Picture yourself financially independent with freedom, stability, and options. That vision is more powerful than any motivational speech. And now you have the blueprint to make it reality. Most people never start. Of those who start, most quit in the first 90 days. Of those who make it 90 days, most crumble in November and December. But if you've followed steps 1 through 7, you're already in the top 5% of people trying to change their life. And now, you're unstoppable. Stop scrolling and pay attention. What I'm about to tell you could change your financial life forever. If you've been broke, struggling, or feeling trapped, this segment is the one that matters most. I'm David Tepper, and I built billions from zero, but it wasn't luck. It was a step-by-step system that anyone can follow starting today. If you commit for the next 12 months, your life will look nothing like it does now. Let's finish strong, recap and reinforce. Foundation year, let's recap the first 6 steps briefly. Stop the bleeding. January, cut all non-essential spending. Car payments, subscriptions, eating out, gone. Live on less than you ever thought possible. Every dollar you don't spend now is a dollar working for you later. Increase income. February, March, work multiple streams. Full-time job, freelance work, side gigs. Stack income, save aggressively, aim for your first $5,000. This is proof you can delay gratification and execute a plan. Build the emergency walls. April, June, save $10,000 more to reach a $15,000 total cash. Protects you from emergencies and gives you freedom. Decisions aren't from panic, they're from strategy. Invest in yourself. July, August, use $5,000 to increase skills, tools, and connections. Raise your earning potential and position yourself for higher income opportunities. Build passive income. September, October, start dividend paying stocks or a rental property. Small streams now grow into meaningful income over time. Stay disciplined during holidays. In November, protect the progress you've made. Avoid overspending, stick to lean habits, and treat your emergency fund like sacred money. By December, you've transformed from someone struggling month into someone strategically positioned to scale wealth. Most people never make it this far. Most quit at step 2 or 3, but you didn't. Here's the brutal truth. 95% of people watching this will nod along, then do nothing. They'll continue making excuses, blaming the economy and staying broke. But you're not most people. If you execute this final step, you're in the top 5% of achievers, and that's where life changes. Step 7, plan year 2, December and beyond. Step 7 is all about offense. Year 1 was defensive, saving, learning, surviving. Year 2 is where you multiply everything. Set concrete income goals, 100 100,000, 150,000, whatever aligns with your skills and market opportunities, write it down. Identify gaps, what is still limiting you. Single income stream, skill plateau, weak network, plan how to fix it. Invest strategically, you now have cash, skills, and experience. Take calculated risks, higher yield investments, rental property, or business opportunity. Remember, risk without a foundation is reckless. You have a foundation now, so risk becomes a tool, not a threat. Next, scale your skills and network. Advanced courses or certifications, industry conferences and professional groups, strategic mentoring and networking. Every relationship and every skill compounds your earning power. By the end of year 2, the opportunities you create now could generate multiple times your current income. Here's what separates millionaires from everyone else. They don't just work harder, they stack advantages. Cash, skills, networks, passive income, all working together. That's exactly what you're building right now. Passive income acceleration in year 2. Passive income scales dramatically. Continue reinvesting dividends and profits. Consider an additional rental property or small business that doesn't require daily work. Aim to create $501 per month in secondary income by the end of year 2. But doing this, you're no longer tied to one paycheck. Money flows while you sleep. This is financial freedom, the stage most people never reach. And here's the psychological trick. Once your secondary income starts covering essential expenses, your mindset shifts from scarcity to abundance. You're free to take smarter risks, negotiate better deals, and invest in opportunities that create real wealth. Imagine waking up and seeing money deposited without lifting a finger. That's the leverage that separates the rich from the rest. And it's achievable because you laid the foundation this year. A mental edge and discipline. Money isn't just numbers. Wealth is a mindset. You proved you can delay gratification. You learned how to protect progress. You invested in yourself and increased your earning potential. You started passive income streams now. Combine all these habits with year 2 planning, and you're virtually unstoppable. Discipline remains the hardest part. Every month, review your progress. How much did you save? How much did you earn? What new skill or opportunity can accelerate growth? Tracking ensures nothing slips through the cracks. Most people ignore tracking and fail, not because they don't earn, but because they spend faster than they grow. Your financial life isn't about luck, motivation, or positive thinking. It's about execution, discipline, and consistency. And if you follow this plan, there's no way you'll end 2026 where you started. Here's the ultimate truth. Wealth is predictable when you follow the right steps consistently. Stop the bleeding, increase income aggressively, build an emergency fund, invest in yourself, start passive income streams, stay disciplined during holidays, plan year 2 for offense. If you follow these 7 steps for 12 months, your life will change. And here's the kicker, the same plan works whether you're 25 or 55, whether the market is booming or crashing. It's universal, it's timeless. But most people will watch this, nod, and do nothing. Don't be most people. Commit. Write the plan. Start today. January 1st doesn't matter. You can start right now. Your first goal, take immediate action. Open a spreadsheet and list all expenses. Cut everything unnecessary. Write down how you'll earn your first $5,000 in this year. 3 streams, stack them. Save a $15,000 to protect yourself. Don't touch it. Invest $5,000 in yourself, skills, tools, networking. Start passive income by September. Dividends, rental, or small business. Stay disciplined through the holidays. Track every dollar. Plan year 2 offensively. Write your goals, opportunities, and next investments. Do this, and by December 2026, you won't recognize your life. You'll have freedom, options, and momentum. Momentum compounds faster than money. Once you're moving, opportunities come to you. Here's the final truth. Anyone can be broke tomorrow, but only those who follow a system, execute relentlessly, and plan for the next level will ever truly become wealthy. You've just been given that system. The rest is up to you. Closing high energy statement. 2026 can be your breakthrough year. Starting from zero is not a curse. It's the ultimate advantage. You're free, flexible, and armed with knowledge that 95% of people will never use. Now it's your turn. Execute these 7 steps, commit for 12 months, and I guarantee you'll never look at money or life the same way again. This is your year. Go make it happen.